Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Possible debris from missing plane spotted in Indian Ocean. Still, Australian officials said Friday that one search plane had arrived back in the search area. Two others were en route, and a fourth was scheduled to head there a bit later. One merchant vessel was also there, they said, and a second was en route. With winter approaching, the South Indian Ocean is rough and the skies cloudy. Both added challenges for the Australian pilots. A fighter used searchlights early Friday to scan rough seas in one of the remotest places on Earth after satellite images detected the debris in what officials called the best lead of the nearly 2-week-old aviation mystery. A satellite detected two objects floating about 1,000 miles off the coast of Australia and halfway to the desolate islands of the Antarctic. The development raised the hope of finding the vanished jet and sent another emotional truth to the families of the 239 people aboard. Sarah Buck, whose boyfriend, American Philip Wood, was aboard the plane as one of those anxiously awaiting news. I am desperate to hear it is an airplane wing and there are survivors clinging to it. One of them is a Philip, she told CBS News by email. I am apprehensive a physics professor at the University of New York, said the area is quite turbulent, and if a gentle current of 5 miles an hour could carry debris of hundreds of miles across. The surge is a literal race against time, according to Tokaku. The black box has a beacon, but the beacon has a battery with a life 30 days, explained, and we've already lost 2 weeks. So, of the window of opportunity is closing very rapidly. Satellite imagery experts said the lead is worth investigating. It would be very nice if you could see a whole wing floating there. Then you could say, okay, that's an airplane. When you are looking at something like this, you can't tell what it is, said Sean O'Connor, an imagery analyst with IHS James. But another analyst said the debris is most likely not pieces of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. There have been several false leads since the Boeing 777 disappeared March 8th above the Gulf of Thailand en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. The chances of it being debris from the airplane are probably small, and the chances of it being debris from other shipping are probably large, said Jason Middleton, an aviation professor at the University of New South Wales in Sydney. The development marked a new phase for the anguished relatives of the passengers who have been critical of Malaysian officials for not releasing timely information about the plane. While they still hope their loved ones will somehow be found, they acknowledged that use of the satellite images could mean the plane fell into the sea. If it turns out that it is truly MH370, then we will accept the fate, said Salamat bin Omar, the father of a Malaysian passenger. The jet carried mostly Chinese and Malaysian nationals, but he cautioned the relatives still did not yet know for sure whether this is indeed MH370 or something else. Therefore, we are still waiting for further notice from the Australian government. Malaysian officials met with the relatives Thursday night in a hotel near Kuala Lumpur, but journalists were kept away. After the meeting, groups of people left looking distraught. I met Amran, who had a child on Flight 370, so the questions asked at the meeting made it apparent that Malaysia's military is incapable of protecting its own airspace. He said he believes that my child and all the other passengers are still alive. I will not give up hope. A man who would only give his surname Lau said he was there to support a Chinese couple who had lost their only son. It appears some families are slowly accepting the worst outcome, he said. Malaysia Airlines CEO Ahmed Johari said the relatives in Kuala Lumpur won't be given updates by high-level officials 2 or 3 times a day. We do take care of the next of kin, and assuming it is confirmed that the aircraft is located somewhere close to Australia, we will obviously make arrangements to fly the next of kin there, he said. A group of Malaysia's government and airline officials flew Thursday night to Beijing to meet families there. Young said the ocean in the surge area is thousands of meters deep. Digital Globe, a Longmont, Cologne-based company, said it provided the images to Australia sea trash. Chinese satellite images showed possible debris, but nothing was found. But this is the first time the possible objects have been spotted since the search area was massively expanded into two corridors, one stretching from northern Thailand into Central Asia and the other from the Strait of Malacca to the southern Indian Ocean. Malaysian Defense Minister Ishamanduni Hussein made it clear Thursday that although international search efforts are continuing both on land and in sea in the northern and southern hemispheres, the effort is mostly concentrated south of the equator of the vast Indian Ocean. Flight 370 disappeared on a night flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Malaysian authorities have not ruled out any possible explanation, but have some evidence so far suggests the plane was deliberately turned back across Malaysia to the Strait of Malacca with its communication system disabled. They are unsure what happened next. Police are considering the possibility of hijacking, sabotage, terrorism, or issues related to the mental health of the pilots or anyone else on board. Malaysian authorities have said that files were deleted February 3rd from the house flight simulator of the missing plane's pilot, Jahari Ahmed Shah, and Heshamantin said he had no new information on efforts to recover those files. CBS News confirmed the FBI has been provided electronic data to analyze from a flight simulator belonging to the pilot of the missing jet. It is expected that the hard drive will be brought to an FBI lab in the United States. This FBI is lending technical expertise, not taking over the investigation. It was not clear whether investigators thought that deleting the files was unusual. They might hold hints of unusual flight paths that could help explain where the missing plane went, or the files could have been deleted simply to clear memory for other material. President Obama said finding out what happened to the missing Malaysian airline plane is a top priority for the U.S. We have put every resource that we have available at the disposal of the search process, Obama said